This will be settling body, speech, and mind in the natural state, and let's begin. Following a tradition of my own lucid dream yoga mentor, Stephen LeBerge, when he and I led workshops together, we did 6 together, he would always make sure that people had plenty of time to sleep in. So we wouldn't have our morning session until 11 o'clock. Well, we're not going quite that far. But we're gathering rather late in the day so that you have time to sleep in, to practice dream yoga, but also to do your other practices in the morning, including arousing the most meaningful motivation, doing other practices. So I will assume that you've already primed the pump of your practice before you come here. You've aroused your motivation. We're ready to go right in. When you hear the sound of the chime at the beginning of each session, I encourage you to develop an automatic response. Hear the chime and relax. If you feel you're normally located up in the head, let your awareness descend, like stepping into an elevator, going and hitting B for basement. Let the locus of your awareness descend right down to the ground. Come out of your head. Slip into a witnessing mode of awareness without the commentary, the conceptual elaborations. Be inwardly silent. Bring your awareness right down to the points of contact between your body and the cushion, the chair, the floor. And simply witness the sensations arising up to meet you, the sensations of firmness, solidity, the sensations of the earth element, and be present with them, perceiving sensations as sensations. Rest in the stillness of your awareness. As you observe these sensations coming and going, arising and passing, let your awareness fill the space of your body. And be aware of the sensations arising throughout the entire field, on the surface and the interior. And if any area of the body feels contracted, tight, or tense, as you breathe in, gently attend to it, focus on it. And as you breathe out, surrender those muscles to gravity. Relax, loosen up. The face is extremely expressive of all manner of emotions. But now relax all the muscles in the face, the jaws, muscles around the mouth. Let your experience of your forehead be open, relaxed. Let there be a spaciousness between the eyebrows. Soften the muscles around the eyes. Soften the eyes. Relax all the muscles of the face. So that your expression right now is one that is carefree, relaxed. Relax your whole body. in a posture of ease, of comfort, of relaxation. And when you set your posture at the beginning of the session, do see if you can find a posture in which you can be comfortable for 24 minutes. Supine, sitting on a chair, or cross-legged. And insofar as you are comfortable, you're relaxed, then you'll find it quite easy to remain very still throughout the entire duration of this session, with no unnecessary fidgeting or moving about. And if you're sitting either in a chair or cross-legged, let your spine be straight. Your sternum slightly lifted, so you're sitting at attention, like a soldier stands at attention. Sit at attention. Sternum slightly lifted. Abdominal muscles loose and relaxed. Breathing into the belly. In this way, settle your body in a state that is relaxed, still, and vigilant. The body settled in its natural state. Secondly, we settle the speech in its natural state, which is resting your speech in silence, effortless silence, like the silence of a lute on which the strings are cut. So you've already accomplished that. That's in terms of your public speech, what other people can hear. But inwardly there's the voice of the mind, the chit-chat, the commentary, the rumination. It's not so easy to settle the voice of the mind in a state of effortless silence. We're deeply habituated to rumination, obsessive, compulsive thinking. So let's cultivate a new habit. Learning how to rest the internal commentary in silence when there's nothing to think about. To facilitate this, it can be very helpful to learn how to settle your respiration in its natural rhythm, which means to allow the in and outflow of the breath to occur effortlessly and unimpededly, breathing as if you were deep asleep. And the key to this is the out-breath. It's a natural occasion. Every exhalation is a natural time to relax, to let go. So take advantage of every cycle of the breath with every out-breath, relaxing more and more deeply as you exhale, physically. Without pushing the breath out, release it and release it. Without holding any of the breath within, release it all the way out. And with every exhalation, release any thoughts, images, memories that may have come to mind, as if your out-breath were a gentle gust of breeze blowing away dry leaves. Breathe out. And let these thoughts and images just dissolve away into the space of the mind, letting them go. Returning to silence with every exhalation. And when you release the breath all the way through to the end, simply relax. There may be a pause before the next inhalation, there may not be. Either way, just relax. And let the next breath flow in effortlessly, without pulling it in, without inhibiting it in any way. In other words, let the body breathe without any intervention, interference, without any preference. Let the body find its own rhythm, restore its balance energetically by allowing the flow of the respiration to flow, to settle, so that with each in-breath and out-breath, the body receives just what it needs. Breathing as if you were deep asleep, egolessly, relinquishing all control. And then we turn to the mind, settling the mind in its natural state. We'll approach this stepwise. The first is, to the best of our ability, to release all cares, hopes, and fears about the future and the past. They'll be there waiting for you at the end of the retreat, the end of this session. But for right now, give yourself a break. You don't need to think about them now. There'll be a time for that later. So release all your concerns outside of the present moment. Just let them go. And grant yourself the leisure to come to rest in stillness in the present moment. The opportunity to come to know the nature of your own awareness more and more deeply. Let your awareness settle in the immediacy of the present moment. Not drawn away from this stillness by appearances, not drawn away by distraction. And so resting so loosely, so carefree in awareness that even when thoughts, images, desires come up, you don't identify with them. They're just mental events. You don't have to identify with them. You're just habituated to doing that. Break the habit. Just rest in awareness. Relaxed, still. And awareness by nature is clear. It often gets obscured by dullness, tiredness, and so forth. But the very nature of awareness is clarity. It is awareness that illuminates all manner of appearances. Without consciousness, there are no appearances anywhere in the universe. This is how central, how fundamental consciousness is. So set your mind at ease with your awareness relaxed, still, and clear. If restlessness arises in the mind, can you simply be aware of the restlessness without identifying with it, without feeling restless? Can you be aware of thoughts without thinking them? Aware of memories arising without your awareness being drawn to the past? Let your awareness rest right where it is, without doing anything with it, without using it. Just letting it be. And when we allow the moments to flow by, without focusing on appearances, which is our deeply ingrained tendency, without directing the attention here or there, but simply letting it rest at home, staying right where it is, holding its own ground, your experience of being aware, simply that, your experience of being conscious, is bound to become more and more explicit, clear, evident. What's it like to be conscious? Not conscious of this or that, of this appearance, of that object, but just to be aware. What's that like? Raw, primal, unelaborated, uncloaked, unconfigured. Identify this naked awareness. And sustain that flow of self-illuminating, self-knowing awareness. I'll couch my next sentence very carefully. If there's anything of you, your presence here in the world, that will continue on for you after death, you're looking at it. It won't be your body. That's going to decompose, left behind. Your mind that arises in dependence upon your body, specifically the brain, isn't going anywhere, any more than the function of a tractor transmigrates to another tractor when the tractor is destroyed. It just is gone. Your mind's not going anywhere when you die. It's arising in dependence upon the brain stops functioning. Your mind will vanish. If anything continues, of which you will be aware, it is just this. Simple, unconfigurated, raw and primal. Get to know this flow of awareness. Rest there. Let it be self-knowing. As you focus your awareness in upon this raw experience of being aware, is there anything in awareness that suggests it's a person? Is it you? Is this awareness you? Does it have a gender? An age? Ethnicity? Do you see anything human in the very nature of awareness itself? Or is it just awareness? The kind that is experienced by all sentient beings. We become lucid in the dream by recognizing mental events as mental events. We become lucid with respect to the mind in the waking state by recognizing mental events as mental events. And we become lucid with respect to consciousness by recognizing consciousness as consciousness, free of all projections, naked, raw, and bare. Awaken to the nature of your own awareness that is there for you. And let's continue resting right there in silence for the remainder of the session. Just a few minutes.